So a couple of factors really. I mean, obviously banning orders have to take a while to get through and go to court. So we had a bit of a hiatus where obviously during COVID there was no fans at games, so there weren't any given particularly then. But we know there's been a lot more incidents of disorder. So if there's more disorder and more arrests, that increases the pool, if you like, of people for us to issue banning orders for. So one, there's been more fans making themselves eligible for a banning order. But I think the second thing is that police and CPS have been a lot more focused on it. We've done a lot more post-match investigations. So as a consequence, we've put them before the courts. I think the next step in the chain is that the courts are now alive more than they were, perhaps, that there is an issue. We still see some quite puzzling rulings by courts where banning orders are issued. I think the tightening up of the requirement to issue a banning order, where clearly the government focus was the expectation is convicted, you give a banning order. I think that's probably helped as well. So I think more people misbehaving who can get them, better focus from police, CPS, and courts recognising the challenge and being willing to issue them. Well, obviously it's comparison like on like, so it's a fair comparison, but we tend to see more issues at the end of the season. So I think we'd hold fire on any sort of congratulations until we get the end of season things out of the way. I think it's really welcome that leagues and clubs have said that it's a ban for people going on the pitch. I think we need to really take a hard line on it because we would all say we never want fences back in football. We don't want perimeter fences. So there's got to be a degree of responsibility on the part of fans to do their bit and recognising that the pitch is off limits. It's a workplace for the players. I think we do need to take a hard line, and where people are going on to threaten, abuse, provoke, then that's a criminal matter and banning order matter and needs to be dealt with that way. I think it's good to have an option for perhaps younger people, less serious ones, that there is a sanction as well. Because whatever the level of sanction, we've got to get the message across that it's unacceptable. When someone runs on, you don't know whether they're going to ask for a shirt, pat someone on the back, punch someone, threaten them, spit at them, run up and antagonise the opposing opposing supporters. So by the time you know what they're doing, it's too late. And there's generally a reaction from someone. So we've just got to get to the stage where it's just understood, respected. We don't have fences. We don't have moats. The quid pro quo is you do not go on the pitch. And we need all supporters to get behind that message and all the supporters groups and federations to endorse that message as well.
There was the recent court case involving that and what it might be looking at.
No, I'm not. I'm not aware of that, and they've not communicated directly with me. So if there is anything, then obviously we'll consider it. But much as we need to protect players from it, and the answer to this is for people not to go on the pitch in the first place. Equally, if there are complaints that players have misbehaved, then they're subject to the law just as everyone else is. And the appropriate thing is to assess it, investigate it. If it's got to court, there's been a charging decision by the CPS that there's a case to answer, and then it's been considered by the court, which is the right way to do it. Footballers need as much protection and are entitled to rights as much as anyone, but equally they're subject to the law in exactly the same way that anyone else is. So there's been a process, it's been seen through, there's an outcome. I think we probably all need to respect that.
I mean, the EFL